Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Julianne and I am launching a project to read down my bookshelves and get my number of unread books, my to be read pile, down to a manageable level. If you would like to follow along with my journey, please subscribe, and if you're interested in the reasons why I'm doing this, please check out my previous video. So I am actually filming today's video before I have even started the project because I thought it would be a good time to tell you what I am doing to prepare for it. Some of these things I have in fact already done, some of them I am still yet to complete, but they are all part of my plan to be fully prepared for the Julianne versus TBR project. So the first thing that I've been doing is getting my audiobook TBR under control. I have requested too many books from the library in recent months in audiobook format, and I ended up with quite a lot to read over just a few weeks. But I have come to the end. I have one out at the moment, only one. I have managed to space out my holds so that I have some more coming in within the next couple of months so that I can still listen to audiobooks on my way to work and when I go to the gym. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I have one book out at the moment, but I will be commuting over the next couple of weeks, so I'll be able to listen to it then. So yeah, this was probably the most stressful thing I had to do because of all the various library deadlines that I had to juggle, but I've got through it. It's under control and I'm feeling positive. The second thing I had to do was to read my outstanding NetGalley books with a deadline. I still actually have a couple of NetGalley books outstanding, but they do not have DRM restrictions on them. They're using social DRM instead, which is where they put your email address in the PDF, in the theory that if you shared it, people would know who you were and you know, you could be publicly shamed for it. But I like this because there's no time restriction. So if it takes me a while to get round to the books, it's fine. So yeah, I have that under control. I've read all of the ones which had a time limit, but this all means that I am done with NetGalley for the at least first 50 books of this project. I will be posting a video next week all about my rules for this project, in which I talk about how I'm going to reassess the rules every 50 read books. And I feel good about that. I feel like having a break from NetGalley and the stress of the deadlines will be really good for my reading and just general life experience as well. A third thing that I am trying to do is let go of other commitments. So to clear my plate, either decide that I am not going to be doing something for the next couple of years really, or doing it now so that I don't have to worry about it later. I'm trying to think more rationally about like online courses that I sign up for and how much time I have to fit those in, considering I really need to be devoting more time to reading. Just generally getting organised really with the other things that I do in my life. Another thing is kind of getting into a good routine with my work life so that I know what I'm doing every day. After I finish work at 5 o'clock and I turn off my computer and I'm not tempted to look at social media. You know, I need to have a plan where I am doing something really exciting immediately after work, and that is getting into a really good book. So yeah, I need to think about how to make sure I finish on time for one, because I have this tendency to not look at the clock and realise that work is finished until nearly 5:30 or possibly even later sometimes. I accidentally worked till 5:50 recently, which was bad. I did take it back the next day, but still, you know, I've got to get into the habit of paying more attention to the clock. But yeah, I just basically need to make sure that I have a plan so that I don't have dead time where I'm tempted to scroll and look at my phone. One thing I have done in order to control my social media habit over the last few days, as I'm trying to get into the final stages of preparing for this project so that I can go and get on with it, is using the focus mode on my phone. I discovered the focus mode I think about a year ago for the first time, or maybe it was June 2020, when I was spending too much time on Twitter, and I created a focus mode called No Twitter. So basically a focus mode is a thing on my Android phone where I can basically pick exactly which apps I am allowed to use while the focus mode is on. And when I set up the focus mode for No Twitter, I went through and tapped every single app except for Twitter, because that is the main offender. For some reason, I don't feel the same draw so often to look at Instagram. I will usually open up Instagram a couple of times a day, have a quick look through it, look at the the kind of the stories that appear at the front of my list, because they're the people I enjoy keeping up on the most. And then I'm done. You know, I might look at it later on if I've got a couple of moments, but you know, I tend to just stick to 1 or 2 times a day. Facebook I only really look at when I get notifications, or if I'm going on to look up a particular thing in a group. So Twitter is really my main problem, and so I've been using the no Twitter focus mode a lot. I think I need to get into the habit of putting it on first thing in the morning, because what it does is it forces me to actively decide to look at Twitter. You know, I unconsciously open it up all the time, whereas with the focus mode on, I have to go in and turn the focus mode off, which forces me to think, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to look at Twitter? Or do I want to read a book? And that is how it should be. So there we go. That's what I've been doing, sorting out audiobooks, NetGalley, general scheduling and organisation, and getting off social media. That's my modes of preparation. Is there anything else that you think that I should have done to prepare for Julianne vs TBR? Because I could always fit it in quickly if it's not too immense. I kind of had this idea in my head, if I was really going on a hardcore marathon of reading, that I would need to, like, I don't know, meal prep, kind of plan all of my outfits so that I would have ultimate time for reading, but I don't think I didn't need to be that extreme, so I haven't done any of that stuff. If you've ever done a similar sort of thing, how did you prepare for it? I would love to know. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to find out how this project goes, please do subscribe. You will keep getting more videos from me in your feed. And you know, as long as YouTube behaves, doesn't leave them out like it sometimes does. We've all had that experience, I'm sure. You'll see me again soon. Bye.